So the AC blew out of my rental property that I just bought. What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you all about how the AC unit in one of my units of a duplex that I own, my first rental property, blew up. And these are the stories that you hear about. These are the stories your aunts, your uncles warn you about renting out properties or buying properties and saying, hey, you're gonna have to do this and that. So I'm finally experiencing that. But for me, I understand the market. I knew that I had to do some updates on the property and other things like that. And so I came into this deal, into this transaction, knowing all of this. But in today's video, I just want to share with you all exactly what happened, how to deal with a warranty company, and how this shouldn't discourage you from owning rental properties. And this is just part of the business. This is just part of the game. This is part of being an entrepreneur or a real estate investor. And you shouldn't let these things stop you from seeking passive income, seeking real estate investing. And so hopefully through my story, you can learn how to hedge against like these repairs and also how to just prepare for them. Because it's not always the matter of if something is going to happen, it's when something is going to happen and how you're going to deal with it. Were you saving up beforehand? Did you plan beforehand? And so let's just break down what exactly happened with this AC unit. So as you all know, I bought a property at the end of May of 2022. And this property was a duplex property. I got a decent deal for it. I paid $180,000 for the property. And right now the property currently generates almost $2,000 for rent. To be exact, $1,990 per month for rent. So that's $995 each side. And so the cash flow is good. It's in a good area right by the highway, in between downtown area, other shopping centers. And so it's a good location. And when I bought the property, I inherited the tenants from the property, and the tenants have been wonderful, honestly. And since the AC unit's been out, we put in a wall unit there just so I could provide them, comfort while I get things fixed. And so that's really important for you all to know, like if something like that blows out, right? Like an AC unit or the plumbing or water heater, you have to fix it right away. You have to at least accommodate that right away, right? Because I think a lot of people get this notion that landlords just let their properties rot. But no, you have to be that landlord that's constantly updating your properties, that's constantly trying to fix things and just accommodate for your tenants. And so they still are cool, during the summer. And most of the summer, the AC unit was working fine. But over the past few weeks, it's just been giving me problems. And this is only on one side of the duplex. The first issue that came up was that this specific AC unit, the coils, like where you look into, like you take the filter away inside and you kind of look up where the coils are, it started to freeze up. The refrigerant line would freeze up too outside, even though it would be blowing cold air, but it would keep on freezing up. And I was fortunate because I got the property and the warranty had like another month on it. So I contacted the warranty company. They were able to alleviate the problem or whatnot. But I ended up going with another AC person. It seemed to fix the problem to a certain point and then it stopped working again. And so I actually had to renew the warranty company's plan for another year. So I had to drop like $853 because it's a duplex, so they're covering both sides, both units and everything like that. And so I had to pay for that, and I knew I was going to pay for that, before closing. And so I budgeted money for that and different updates and repairs that I want to be done on the property. And so I got the warranty and they went to see the property, and what happened was they were telling me the refrigerant line was kinked. It's kind of bent, and so that's causing issues with the AC unit. And they told me that I had to fix it or replace the refrigerant line. But the thing is, the warranty company, they don't cover refrigerant line. They just cover the unit and like other things about it. But the refrigerant line, they don't cover, which to me is like bonkers. It's like, oh my goodness, like how about if the unit affects this refrigerant line? Then do they cover it or do they not? And so it's just like, I know warranty companies, they're not trying to pay for nothing, right? And so they're just trying to collect their money. And this is an old 1997 AC unit. Do you understand? this unit is over 25 years old. And so they don't cover the refrigerant line. They replaced the fan in the unit. They did so many repairs on this unit, but they're never going to replace the unit, even though they know it probably needs to replace pretty soon. And so I had to do it. And so I ended up finding someone who got me a good deal on repairing the refrigerant line. And so I repaired it, paid him, and it was great how I found this person. I went to church and I saw they had a truck and it said AC and heating. Contacted them. They came out the next day and they quoted me a price half of what other AC companies around the area quoted me. And I think it's because, you know, we were at the same church and everything like that. But I guess I didn't understand exactly what the warranty company wanted me to do. And I didn't communicate that effectively to my AC guy, because all he did was to fix the bit on the refrigerant line. This refrigerant line is like made of copper. He kind of soldered the two metals together so it can flow easily. And so that's what happened. He kind of put a seal kit on that refrigerant line. And so when I sent the invoice, I sent the picture over to the warranty company to show proof of repairs, you know, cover my unit back again. They told me they denied it because they were asking me to replace the refrigerant line, not just repair it. I was like, oh my goodness. And so like I had to tell my AC guy that it's just frustrating because like the warranty company, they don't want to do anything at all. And it's just like you hear the stories of warranty companies taking a long time to actually come to a house, you know, just trying to fix or band-aid an issue without going to the root of it so they don't have to shell out money on their end. With this thing, you know, I was just upset and whatever. And so what happened was that I started having an ethical dilemma, to be honest, because the AC person was all like, hey, I can, you know, this works and everything. I could possibly just send another invoice saying that I not necessarily replaced the unit, but replaced that side where it was bent because he had to solder it and other things. And I was like, okay, yeah, that could possibly work. But I just said, hey, I'm just not gonna send it until I actually replace it like they want. That's what I'm waiting for to happen. But I was at the property yesterday and the tenant told me the AC stopped working. It would blow cold air for the next 2 days and then all of a sudden it just stopped. It starts blowing warm air. And so even us fixing the bent, the kink in it, it still doesn't work. And so what I'm planning to do is to actually just replace it, see if it works again, you know, show that proof of replacement, and then go with the warranty company and see what they say if it doesn't work again. So that's the main issue with the AC going out. But the reason why I want to make this video is just show the ups and downs of being a real estate investor. That sometimes you're going to have to deal with a busted pipe or a blown AC unit, right? Especially if they're older homes, right? This home was built in 1960, right? I know I have to deal with some issues with it being an older home or just update it. And so I built that into my estimate and my income and expense and my budget and everything like that. This shouldn't deter you from going out there. My real estate story, this AC being blown out story, shouldn't deter you from going out and investing in real estate, right? Because overall, I'm cash flowing well with this property. It's appreciating even after me owning it 2 months. It's in a decent area that's only growing, and they're updating the houses around me, and the stores are getting updated. New stores are coming into the area and other things like that. Me having to shell out like $400 or $500 to get this fixed, yes, it hurts and it cuts into my profit margin, but I am cash flowing gratefully even more than that, where, hey, at least I break even this month or something like that. I'm making at least $100 or $200 this month. And so as long as you all do your numbers right, you know, budget for repairs and maintenance. When you're looking at properties, I make sure I kind of budget between 15 and 20% for capital expenditures for like maintenance, repairs, vacancies, other things like that. That's what I'm going to do. Probably replace this soon. Right now, since there's a wall unit, a window unit in the property, you know, the tenants are fine, they're cool, and the temperature has been cooling down this summer. So that's good. So it's not as humid. We've been having cool nights, cool mornings, and yeah, it's just not as hot during the day as it used to be last month, you know, earlier this summer. So overall, you know, this is just my experience. I expect it, you know, I'm not stressing over it. I'm being patient, trying to find the right person for the right jobs, for different things. I'm thinking about upgrading my electrical system. I got a quote for like $10,000. I was like, oh, I'm good. But you know, that's something to consider down the road and other things like that, and just getting other quotes from other electricians or, you know, electric companies. But yeah, I just want to share with you all, because this is what this channel is about, just sharing my story, just sharing the ups and downs of my entrepreneurship, my real estate journey, and owning rental properties, also wholesaling. So if you all enjoyed this video, if you find value from it, please like this video, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know if you have any horror stories with owning rental properties, and don't let people deter you. Don't let this story deter you from going out there, wholesale properties, flip properties, or even own them as rentals, because you know, there's so many advantages to owning properties. All right, you all, hope you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll talk to you all later.